Greetings, everyone. Welcome. We are going to jump into another Premier draft here. I didn't even ask chat today. Yesterday, the match clock on best of 3 got me in a way that makes me hesitant to do best of 3 right now until I at least understand the clock better and understand maybe I need to just go in and do it better. But I think for today, I'm just going to happily hop into a Premier draft where the oppression of a possible a match loss due to clock is not looming over me. I'm a slow player. I talk about stuff. I talk with you all, and that can lead to some delays, and I'd rather be in a spot where that's not going to cost me. And if you don't want your Magic cards to cost you more than they should, I recommend checking out cardkingdom.com. You can check them out via my panels down below. They are my sponsor. They've been my sponsor for quite a while. They've been my sponsor throughout the pandemic. They have not even hinted at suspending anything related to my sponsorship due to the changing economy right now, and I really appreciate that from them. And all I would ask is that you keep them in mind when you're going to make a physical Magic purchase. Just keep them on your radar, check them out, and if you are checking them out, if you come back to my Twitch page and go to the panel down below and click from there, it lets them know you got there from here and really helps out my stream, and suggests to them they ought to keep re-upping my sponsorship month to month. So you can always help me with that by checking out Card Kingdom. And if you need stuff in your Magic game, you're going to be happy with the results. So check them out. Thanks, Card Kingdom. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I got no audio yet there. Let's go into the draft mode and give you some game audio. Yeah, it's a tough balance, pajaman and hat. You know, I wrestle with it all the time. I mean, I've always been a deliberate, shall we say, Magic player. It's not bad to be deliberate. Some of the top pros in history have been notably slow players because they're trying to reduce their mistake vectors, you know? That being said, it's a balance. I want to be entertaining. I want to be fast-paced enough, but also it bums people out when I screw up. I mean, you all forgive me, and I try to forgive myself and everything. We try to make the best moves we can. So there's also that factor as well. If I didn't really care how well we did and didn't really care about the mistakes, I could just plow through. Because, you know, we can, you know, one thing I've always said about my obvious lack of professional level skills. I mean, I think you can watch me and see that I'm a very good Magic player and way better than average, but I'm significantly below pro, right? I got a lot of work to do if I wanted to be a pro. And you can talk about the correct thing even though you didn't do it. You know, like almost when I screw up, when I make a non-pro play, it helps show it can teach you just as much as doing or maybe even more so than doing the play correctly. So anyway, we have a Zenith Lair in the opener. I'm going to take that over a solid rare here, solid ram through here, but I haven't. This is literally since the deck broke. This is my first Zenith Lair pack 1 pick 1. So I'm gonna take this and we'll see if it goes there. I don't think we overdo the Force Science thing, do we? Usually it has it. We think it might work, you know. Dranith Stinger seems correct over Mayor or Pacifism here. All right, 7th. We'll see ya. Thanks for hanging out. I didn't design this set. I don't know what you want me to do. Pass Zenith Flares. But I'm taking Stinger. Here's another Cycler. Rumbling Rock Slide. I'd like to pick up one of these. Maybe we even take this here. at the peak. Yeah, tactics is possible too. You could splash that. I don't know why you want to go. Who's going into a? If you're going Whisper Squad tactics here with this start in cycling, I don't know, man. So anyway, I was kind of off Rock Slide for a while in the cycling deck, but I'm kind of back on it because, again, opposing snares, tacticians are so important, and if we don't get our own, we do need removal. So I like the Smasher a lot, but I'm going to take removal because I think I need to change how I'm drafting cycling to stay competitive with it. In this case, of course, I am going to take a Stinger over a Rock Slide, but point is, I'm valuing removal a little more highly than I did in the early days, early mid breaking of the cycling deck, where you could get a million snare tacticians and didn't need removal. Yeah, healer would be nice if that wanted to come back to us somehow. I'm not counting on it, but that would be cool. We do have a Shredded Sails here, but we have a Ralgarin Crystal, which is my favorite crystal to pick up for this deck. Obviously, it has red-white, but also blue is a nice splash potential in a cycling deck. And might even wheel the sails. Let's take the crystal here. Fenrir likes the sails over the crystal. I don't know why is it so easy. This can have a lot of value, and I find Shredded Sails. I mostly cycle it. And on that front, these are like always cycle. Is there anything to hedge here? Is there something that could knock us out of this deck that we need to hedge for? I don't think so. So I think we take a Wilt as something we'd be more likely to end up casting than Step. I think if we end up casting a Wilt, we're probably happier than you can do either one. I just don't think this is the removal we want to use. Here's the Thornwood Falls or an Evolving Wilds that could help with this. We could also just take a Raking Claws or the Shredded Sails here. Thornwood Falls just gives us an option to wilt, but we would take Wilds. This isn't red or white, so we don't really want it. We could take Wilds, but I think we just want the cycling here. Flip, you want to still be pivoting towards Commando? That can't be correct here. I mean, Flip, I get if you think we should have been black, that's one thing, but I just feel like with this stack, you can't say that Commando is the correct pick for this pile, really? But white doesn't need to flow. Just, like, that's the stupid part of this deck. Just things that say cycling on it need to flow. Granted, we like cycling 1, but yeah, maybe this could be where I'm struggling with the format. I'm trying, like, I was talking to Zach offline. I think I'm coming across as more annoyed than I intend to right now. I'm sorry. I think it's just the sign of the times. And yeah, we can take Farfinder here as a hedge just because this is just a generic cycling 2. So I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little edgier than I usually do. But I don't... Staying open is one thing, but there's an opportunity cost for staying open. And when you have something as powerful, you have as powerful a start as Zenith Flare into 2 Dranith Stingers for the cycling deck, it's not wrong to lean into that. I'm going to go ahead and take this even though we don't really want it. I expect to take Blossoming Sands. I'm going to take Blossoming Sands. Yeah, Friendship can do some things, but we do have a Wilt, and this is a half-on color that could let us cast that. You want to take this? Sure, look, I'll take this even. But man, see the Highlands for the cycling deck. We'll take a squad here, though. I still don't think... This is just too good. This is a mythic. This is a mythic uncommon. Like, I get what you all are saying, but I really think it's going to be hard for me to get away from this flare. But we'll take some possibilities. Keep it open. I know, but it's hard for me not to go hard into the flare. Well, keep it there. Well, another Winota. We had Winota yesterday. Is Winota in this case better than Memory Leak or Fire Prophecy? We kind of took Winota yesterday and ended up a little bit split on where we were at. This is also a mythic for if you care about gems, you got to take Winota here. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm thinking Prophecy or Bastion. But I'm going to take Prophecy because we know we're in red. Here we go. That's nice. There's a Stinger and a Marmoset here, but I'm going to take the removal. Sometimes it's just a 4-mana 1-for-1, which is fine. It's not a trap, Fenor. Come on. Really? It's a... Wow. It's a trap here. I'm going to get trapped, I guess. Maybe I just don't know how to draft this format. I feel like I'm at odds with chat every day now. And I'm not having a great run, so maybe I just need to shut up and listen to listen to chat. But I don't know how you say this is a trap. It is 4 mana to spread 5 around how you want. Yeah, I get it, Hat, but I've been doing this for long enough to get when I'm out of alignment with chat more than usual. So yeah, I'm still taking cycling 1 here. Take a friendship. We could still keep black cycling. We'll take this Space Godzilla. In case we do end up splashing the white. No, East, we can't. It's too hard. Like, with a clock, we just can't. Here's some gems if you like those. Here's a Lord Dracus if you want to mutate your red card. Yeah, but quick draft is not what we're doing. We're not quick draft, like, because then we're just forcing cycling anyway. Yeah, we could rebuy Flare. That's pretty good. That's a good reason, huh? Yeah. I was just putting this on the rare to have it be on something, but this is best. Even if we end up red-black, we'll still want this. We can get back Destructions or whatever. Fire Prophecy. Well, whether we splash black or white, we could take the Enforcer. Maybe we don't splash either, though. Nipper. See, now this is seeming less important. Yeah, I think I'll take the Enforcer as we continue to try and figure out exactly how this is going to be working. Boy, I saw the Evolving Wilds and jumped right on it because it's kind of what we need. But Go for Blood is nice. Poacher. We only have one Whisper Squad, though. I continue to not be sure where we're at with black. We're not going to get more looks at a Poacher. We're in Go Wide? How do you look at this pile and think we're in Go Wide? I don't know what's going on. I quit streaming. I'm going to just quit. I'm just going to close chat. Maybe I just need to minimize chat. I'm minimizing you all. I'm going to do what my brain says is correct. I'm tired of this. I'm going to take Commando here over the Mentor, though. Crystal, Cycles, Deadeye, Human. I think I just want a Cloud Piercer, though, over a Cycle 2. Marmoset late is good to see. Kind of just feels like base red. What are we doing? We got a Poacher. Last thing I read from chat said we would not get another chance at a Poacher, which was quite a statement from middle of pack 2. But we'll take one here over a Coordinated Charge, which I might even like better. Nothing much to see here. Stinger. Triome would be fine. But we're going to keep on heavy red cycling with something we're doing with red and black, or black and white. Ominous Seas cycles and is why I like to pick up lands like the land, like, where is it? Don't we have a blue land? Or maybe we didn't pick one up. But anyway, oh, it's the crystal. I knew we had some source of blue that I liked. And anyway, this is good. But Snare Tactician is too good, right? Yeah, I'm gonna take Tactician. Even if we're Mardu, I want all of this. Cycling 2, we're never really gonna cast that, so maybe we should take something else here. There's not much great for us. I guess another Commando if we are heavier black. She definitely could be. We do have the we don't have like, I would splash Tactician, Flare, and Enforcer if those were like our only white cards here. Probably wheel Cycling 2 out of this pack anyway. Take a Commando. Here's a Healer, but we have another Stinger. So I'm just going to keep picking up these Stingers. This is Cycling 1 as well, but this is a Stinger and Cycling 1. So I think I'm going to keep with this. I wonder what chat's saying. Probably telling me how badly I'm drafting. Another Whisper Squad, Unbreakable Bond, but I'm going to stick with the Go for Blood here. If the Whisper Squad comes around, that's fine. But Go for Blood is removal, and it plays into the best card in our deck. A lot of garbage here. Can't cycle this effectively. So I'm going to go with another Commando. Boy, we got a lot of Commandos. I guess we get to cast Stingers, attack with them, and then play Commandos. Take a fumes here over a friendship. I think we have a lot going on at 2 with the stingers. So suffocating fumes is cycling and does some stuff, especially best of 1. Wow, another stinger. I saw the crater and was happy, but we get a 5th stinger. And a wheeled deadweight, which will snap up. See if that squad comes back. Another fumes. I think the squad is coming up if we got lucky and wheeled the Whisper squad. If not, we're not going to play the 1. Looks like we didn't get the squad. Oh, no, we did. There it is. We'll play that if we want, maybe. All right. You still there, chat? I'll bring you back for deck building. Sometimes you got to turn off the voices. Get up there, Link. That's a lot of emotes. All right, this is going to be a weird build, too. What the heck is going on? Looks like we have to play the black. There's not even a question there. And we're definitely just splashing the white. So this is going to be a weirdo deck, but I still like it-ish. I think we're probably not playing off-color cycle 2. Shiv it just like this. No. All right. It's a tough build, though. It will be. Let's see. 1914. All right. Let's kind of start with the with isolating the cycling to understand what we've got going on there. I'm putting the stingers in my cycling 1 pile. Wish we had a little more cycling 1. What cycling drafter hasn't said that? Cycling 2 will go here. And I'm going to put cycling payoffs here, of which we don't have many. This is going to be definitely a weird hybrid deck. We'll put this in the... This is cycling 2 plus more than anything. Am I missing anything cycling? Ugh. All right, so we only have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 total cyclers. That's pretty low for a Zenith Flare deck. But it'll still be good. I mean, the crazy thing about this card is you need, what, 3 cycling things in your graveyard before it's actively good? And then after that, it just gets more and more stupid. But we got some cuts here. Is Enforcer worth splashing? Probably. I don't know. We don't have. We didn't end up with the +2/+1 your team. I think I took something else. Yeah, Zenith Flare was pack 1, pick 1. What are we talking about, James? Would I play 2 red, white, deal 5? Thanks for the scene reminder. I don't know what you mean by that exactly, but let's figure out what our worst stuff is. I guess Cloud Piercer isn't doing much here. A lot of humans in the deck. Let's cut the Piercer. We splash with a Farfinder. And Crystal gives us some white. Oh, you're talking about Zenith, like at what point is Zenith Flare worth it or whatever? I got you now. Yeah, it's a tough splash, but we're still going to do it. With all the cycling, we should go pretty deep in the deck, and we're going to run the Farfinder. Now, our creatures are all pretty the same, so we're definitely going to get rid of the Corpse Churn. Also, I need to figure out, we can reduce our land count because of the cycling. 5, 6, 7, we have 8 1-mana cyclers and some others. I think this could be like 15. Should we call this a 15 lander? Something like this. Dracus only has 2 targets, but they're good ones, right? And it's not just 2 targets. We've got Gopher Blood, Raking Claws, all of the Suffocating Fumes. And keep in mind, Lord Dracus returns it to hand. So really the floor of Lord Dracus is get back a cycler. Yeah, I mean, whoever said we only have 2 targets for Lord Dracus? We have Rumbling Rockslide, Mythos, Fire Prophecy, Zenith Flare, and Mutual Destruction as straight up non-cycling things to get back, plus almost every cycler we have. How many? Yeah, oh, mutate targets. Sorry, that's fair. That's fair. We have Farfinder. I thought you were talking about targets for the getting it back. Okay, so, but what's being called out is that how are we going to mutate this if we have Farfinder and what was your other? I mean, there's this Godzilla isn't realistic, right? Marmoset is are the 2 things that can be mutated upon. So maybe that's the reason to cut it. That's fair. I wasn't seeing it that way. 2.5. I don't count this at all. If that's your 0.5, right? I think we're at straight 2. That being said, it's so good, but maybe we can't. Three if we add the 4/3. Yeah, we could add the 5. We could add this and what 4/3 we're talking about? Oh, this the 4/2. What were we talking about, Razor? I really want to get back our cool stuff, but maybe we have to let this go. I don't know what. Oh, for the. Let's not even worry about that, right? Click the button and move on. All right. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted. 6. We want more land. And I guess we actually want, more red or more black. Yeah, I'm being stubborn with the Dracus. I think it does have to go. Good call on the targets. I just misunderstood what target y'all were talking about. And we need to find cuts anyway, so let's get rid of it. So then, anyway, I want to get back to, I think we want more mountains because of the heavy stinger situation. We want to get squads going too, but We want to cut the squads? Yeah, we could cut the squads as, like, we're not doing quite enough with that whole squad situation. I kind of like that. I think Trex is right on that one. All right, we're close. We cut the dead weight as that we have killing small stuff decently covered. Yeah, it looks like chat, a couple people in chat were eyeing this dead weight at the same time as I am, so let's do this. I think the fumes I want to keep because they're providing the cycling. I can't cut any of these cyclers. We really want to do power. We do want to power up this flare the best we can. Yeah, Farfinder isn't doing much besides fixing. That's true. We could let it go and just try to find a planes naturally or with all the cycling. Definitely keeping the poacher. One thing we do with Farfinder is sack it to the poacher. We could cut the Enforcer plan, cut splashing the Enforcer. I kind of think I like keeping the Farfinder anyway. Well, I'm going to go done and come back to see our curve. The thing I like about the commandos is that, like, these aren't realistically... I mean, we might cast the crystal or whatever, but it's mainly there to cycle. Like, 1, 2... probably not playing on 3. Like, we're probably not playing Tactician on 3. So I see only 5 3-drops that we want to cast on curve. So I'm not going to cut a commando as one of our 5 happy 3s. But we could get rid of the Enforcer. Again, we're not really doing much with going wide is the thing, and it's a tough splash. So yeah, I like Enforcer gone. One reason, like, wait, is it... Let me look at the Enforcer. Oh yeah, one good reason, like, also the Enforcer, you're going to get this late, and with low white sources, you're not going to be able to double activate. That's one thing. Yeah, Stinger and 1-mana Cycler, true, but I think making Stinger attack into Commando more reliable is a good thing for us, Hamill. Or Wilson, whoever, sorry. Yeah, Wilson was the one suggesting 2 Commandos. I think this is good enough to keep. Also, we do have this at 3, I will acknowledge. And if I'm going to keep the Farfinder, I like the Deadeye staying in because we can try to turn the Farfinder into some removal. I am close. I just... cutting cycling seems wrong. But I'm having a hard time figuring out what else to cut. Hamill just wants to go 41. Deacon Black wants to send off the Deadeye. We do have a lot of removal. We can cut that. Let's start there, see how it goes. And I like this distribution of lands as well. 3 Commandos is a good point, Fenor. What do you want to cut, then? If you don't want to cut this Deadeye, what are we cutting? I need a cut. You really want to cut a Cycler? Ugh. Fenor says Mutual Destruction. That's interesting. We keep chipping away at our removal, though. And we do with the Commandos, we are going to be producing some expendable bodies. All right, sounds like it's come down to Mutual Destruction or Deadeye. I'm going to cut them both right now. And we're going to talk about what to add. I'll do a final poll, then I promise we'll play. So again, this is... What do we add? What do we add? In fact, here, I'm gonna make you do... Here's how I can do it. Do this. Add... add Mutual. Add Deadeye. So you actually have to type the add, so I'm going to make you know that you're saying what we're doing here. we'll give whatever one of these wins a try, and then consider trying the other way later. We do have all the... I mean, it's funny, the commandos support both of them. I mean, maybe the answer is we're supposed to cut, again, the 2-mana cycling. It just it feels too important to me. But basically, the commandos support both the destruction and the Deadeye. But we'll add Deadeye and give it a shot. All right, gang. The eyes have it. Anybody get lands? Don't have Godzilla, Draco. Pick something else and I'll switch right now. Nyx. I didn't play in that event. If those lands come to the store sometime, we can, as a crew, decide to get them or something, but I was not in the event, so I didn't get them. All right. Oh, I screwed up on the plane. Sorry. Got the wrong one. I was in my Avon mode. I have to fix that because that would bug the crap out of me. Let's go... Par. Here's your par poll. How do you think we'll do on average with this deck? Maybe I'm being too rigid. I was pushing real hard against people in chat who wanted to take black cards in the first pack when I was seeing, when I had my red-white cycling goggles on, and here we are playing black. Maybe this deck would be better if I had taken some shots at black cards earlier in pack 1. But certainly moving hard into your Zenith Flare pick 1 is not indefensible. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of things that should be with the point system, Fenor. One of the reasons I haven't really done much with the channel point system of late is that there's just not good design knobs for me as a designer of things in that system. It's very frustrating. Not for a while, Flip, but I absolutely have historically. It's just been a long time. Yeah, my head was not in accepting splashing the Zenith Flare. I'm going to cycle this because we don't have a play for 2 yet. We might find a stinger in the next couple cards that we'll be very happy to get down here. Hey, look at that. Did I call it or what? Come on. And I needed to do that cycle or else it wouldn't have been there. What kind of knobs do I miss? Oh, the only, like, primarily, the only way I have to cap, they let me set, so I can put a channel points thing in, and and my only tools are setting how many channel points it costs, and saying how many times per stream it can be redeemed. Cardboard is on. Is it working for others? Yeah, working for me, so might need to refresh your stream. Anyway, so that's what's really frustrating for me, is that it is now? Huh, it's been on the whole time. I just put it in focus. Maybe I need to put it on focus to get it working? Ah, that's weird. I can't control rate of accrual, but most importantly, I can't control on a per person level. Like, hold on, it's hard for me to play in chat, but basically I want to be able to cap individuals on how much they can redeem a given thing, and I want to put a cap on how many times something can be redeemed per hour, not per stream. Give me a per hour or per minute cap on redemption. So the system as it's set up incentivizes everybody to pile on with redemptions very early in the stream. Anyway, that's what's going on with that. That's my problem there. Let's back to this. Let's drop a stinger number 2. We have cycling here in the claws. And then we'll see if they want to tap something down here. No, they're not tapping down. That screams to me of like a divine arrow or something. I think I'm gonna just send the commando, and we'll leave our stingers back as enchantments that are gonna do a lot of damage when we cycle. And if they want to use a divine arrow on the commando, I'm down with that. But super suspicious that they didn't tap, right? So I'm expecting something. I'm playing around an arrow, giving up 2 damage in hopes that we're keeping our stinger alive. Huh. Okay, that's what it was. All right. Maybe they're desperate for land here and just needed to do that. I'll give you this. I hear you, chicken. I mean, I say all the time that, you know, why watch me? What do I bring to the table that other streamers do not? And one of the things is WotC insider perspectives and game design perspectives. So I try hard to provide that value to you all. Yeah, this is very confusing. We got 2 1-mana... we got a 3-mana cycler and a 1-mana cycler. We could just try fighting the checkpoint officer. But again, I'm gonna move to combat and see what they want to do. We could also... well, if I fight the officer now, then the shark has no good blocks. But I don't care if they want to block with the officer anyway. Let's go... I'm going to move to combat. Okay, again, they're not tapping with the officer. So suspicious. King Dorch is here for the bluntness, and D is here for the memes. Well, as long as you're here, I appreciate you all hanging out. Especially when I'm in kind of a cranky mindset. Yeah, I think I'm just going to send the commando again. Okay, this is cool. I'm loving this. They think they got us, but we're gonna Space Godzilla them. Ooh, another stinger. Thinking we will wait and hard cast this and start throwing bolts at them every turn. Every cycle, even, not every turn. Five stingers is pretty interesting. Like, we are just going to have a sit back and cycle mode here, especially with Zenith Flare somewhere at the bottom. Yeah, I'm not sure what Oppo's up to exactly here, but this format can produce some weirdness for sure. Second Commando versus Stinger. Yeah, we could. Let's see how they play this turn. I think we could. Now that they've taken our second Commando, I do feel the need to start turning Stingers sideways. My read has been on Arrow the whole time, and so the question is, are we at the point where we give up one of our Stingers to an Arrow, or do we just want to drop the Stinger and keep cycling? Right? But if so, I think I want to play the Stinger to give us ourselves the chance of cycling if we want to. And then if they don't, we'll take a turn off here to Commando. All right, so our read was correct. And I'm going to take the turn off to Commando, and then we will cycle next time. Did somebody redeem a Thunderstruck? Who called this a trap? Raise your hand if you called Mythos of Vadrock a trap. Somebody in... Anyway, I don't know what's trappy about this card. I'm gonna try and trap them into some dead critters. See how that goes. They might counter it, but this is hardly a trap. Oh, in the exact spot of the draft, like lean. Oh, in that pack. Okay, Fenor, that's fair. You didn't say, you're not saying the card itself was. You were just saying I was being lured away from the more important pick. Is that correct? So again, with the not activating, but at this point I don't care. We're sending them all in. Even if they flash a shark, this is fine.
Who is it?
Telegram.
So this was eyes wide open. Obviously they had something. They had a checkpoint officer and didn't tap anything, but with Go for Blood and Rumbling Rock Slide, I just felt like it was fine. So we're gonna, well, wait for blocks. I think we wield that Stinger, maybe. Like, anyway, I'm gonna cycle here. Just keep cramming the damage in. Rock Slide and a cycle card should go pretty well here. Yeah, that's fine. I guess it gives them 2 creatures. Oh, wow, Oppo. Wow. Okay, we'll take the win, thanks. I thought we were gonna have to work for this. generally, if and I've made that mistake before, so you know, we can wow at Oppo, but I can wow at myself. Sometimes you get hasty and just go for the attack without really thinking about defense, and I think that's what Oppo did there. You generally don't want to set yourself to dead on one removal spell, but they could have been justifying it with, I can't beat removal, so I'm going to pretend like we've turned the corner or something. When is the first vintage content coming up? I'm not sure what you mean by that, D. You mean like looking at old cards? I didn't get that worked out last weekend, and probably won't get to it this week. But I do have it on my list to mess with. New Teferi? Link it. Oh, yeah, I don't think of it as vintage. I mean, I guess technically it's vintage, but I think actually technically it's all legacy. If you want to take the least powerful format in which all of those old decks are technically legal, or the most powerful, the oldest format in which all those things are, no, so yeah, the newest format in which all of those things are legal is legacy. Look at them stingers. That's the thing. The format is Magic, right? The format is, back in the day, the cards we had. Yeah, if we can suffocate the squad before it really gets going, that would be nice. Hey, Bone. Awesome. Bone has been a YouTube friend, now showing up and hanging out with us here, and we got him back to drafting. Got them back. I don't know anything about Bone. So, just get him? How about just get him and next turn cast 2 stingers? What's the Samuel Jackson lawsuit you're talking about, Mike? Did he sue for likeness in some situation I don't remember or know about? Well, there's nothing, unless they play a hasty non-human, this isn't going to be a problem in next turn. And what I want, though, is to be able to put a Death Touch cycle counter on our Farfinder to take out Winota. So even though we do have the double Stinger play here, yeah, we could attack. That kind of telegraphs in a way that I don't even want him to know about. I'm going to go Farfinder, find land, and then next turn I have play Stinger or hold up Fire Prophecy and have Space Godzilla cycle. So I'm going to do that. Well, I'm hoping we have a turn. I guess... Okay, that's actually pretty good for us. It means we're gonna have to double block with Stinger, which is unfortunate next turn, because now Winota has Menace, but mainly it means they didn't get a non-human out to interfere with our... To get value out of her before we try and do our plan to kill. And maybe the trick is to just single block... Oh, well, we can't single block is the problem, right? Alright. Yeah. We need a Rumbling Rock Slide, or we need to give up a Stinger. Well, another Stinger says that's not the worst penalty, so I'm going to play Stinger and try for double block. Oh, I should have attacked with the Farfinder, sorry. Distracted, forgot the Vigilance. That's a point that Oppo should not have on their health. Big risk here, but I think we gotta try, right? Certainly it looks like a good attack for them, so there's no reason to think that this isn't gonna go the way we want. And I'm gonna Godzilla the Farfinder so that if they... well, no, it doesn't matter. If this doesn't work, we lose both, so we'll see. Yeah, Prophecy could be safer after the fact. Maybe that's what I was supposed to do. That's a good line, Fenor. It's what I should have done. Fenor was right. We'll see if we get punished, but Fenor had a better line. And that's why. We are chewing through their cards, though. This isn't over yet by any stretch. I think I'll hold that land, though, and we'll drop another Stinger. We gotta drop... Well, let's see. We gotta drop 2 Stingers to even get the block in. Let's see. We can make that a 4/4, but it keeps its abilities. All right, I guess there's not much else we can do. Yeah, we can't cast this anyway, you're right, sorry. I like to think about things I can't do, apparently. We did Fool, and there is a discussion of it up on YouTube if you want to go check it out there. Play the second mountain to have Fire Prophecy available. But I think we're going to cycle this development this turn. That's going to be the plan. What? But Mike, like... Yeah, alright, alright. I'll play it, but... Well... Yeah, you're right, Mike. We gotta... I just want to have something to send away there, but we gotta try and double block again. We could just try and race. I mean, is that an option? Like, they're not doing anything else here? What about just racing? Is that nuts? Yeah. Alright, we'll race. We can race a 4/4. She's not doing anything yet except being a hard-to-block 4/4. How many blood curdles do you wish? Now we're flooding a bit. Are we still realistically racing? Feels hard to justify without the other Stinger. Let's... Well, they might... do you think they have 5? I wouldn't even run 5 squads. I mean, maybe heavier Malero is not me and would. Yeah, you're right though that we're not blocking. But if we're gonna kill the squad though, we should do it now before attacks. It's 15 too many. Maybe just being single game Roddy, but flooding out here. Still not gonna block, still gonna try and somehow draw out of this. Winota, fine, I can do it myself. Now we're Dobbs unless we find some action. I guess we're not Dobbs because we can sack the Stinger to draw a card and gain some life. We'll play a Tactician. That gives us a legit block on Winota. Definitely mostly dead, right?
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
If they tap the Poacher, I just have to double block. Basically, they get any creature they want if they tap the Poacher. If they don't tap the Poacher, I double block and I get to... well, probably don't want to sack... Well, it depends here. Yeah, let's see what they do. No sense future tripping. Well, now they just win. That was weird. Well, they don't just. We're gonna let them complete their actions, though. Then we will... eat the Stinger and try to find cycling to tap the Winota. Okay. Interesting that they're not just going for the win here, huh? But why didn't they tap and go for the win? We have a block, but it feels like a trap. And I'm wondering if we want to try and find... But I guess we have to take the block. Oh no! Now they tap, right? Okay. See, I screwed up. Well, we'll stay. We won't die. We're not dead. So maybe we don't block and we just take the Stinger life and card, go to 1, and see what we can do next turn. Can't remember. It's got Menace, so block sack. We can't even block now. No, we don't just lose. Relax. Well, mostly dead has well been called. We don't need to recall that. Everybody remember that we're mostly dead? Yes? Okay. Fight Officer is interesting. I was just going to tap and look for more. We still do have the flare. Mike is saying fight the officer, then this block stays, right? All right, I'm in. I'm going to do Tactician because if for some reason they have a response, we can at least sack the Tactician. Fighting leaves us dead to removal. Well, True and Chimaro, you have to consider what's most likely to win us this game. Keeping this to cycle down Winota solves Winota for 1 turn. Then if we draw land, boom, we're dead again, right? And yeah, like we're just dead to removal. So we're not playing around it. We're still not dead. We're gonna lose the poacher here, and we could be dead. Like, we may be dead if this is a cheap creature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably this is a creature 4 mana or less, and we are dead. But, I mean, this is what we gotta do, right? I mean, we could sack the Tactician right now, go to 3, and stay a lot. But then they could, if it's a cheap creature, they can do 2. I assume we're dead here and that they have the creature for this. But I think the only way we have a chance is to take this trade and hope for some reason they're playing to a future weaponize. All right, all right. They're playing to future weaponize. Which is probably a good play here. I mean, I'm gonna play this out. Yeah, I guess we cycle this now because if they come up with a creature, we're just dead and we don't need to tap anything. Flare could definitely save us. All this land can't. Maybe they'll flood out one more time. Flood for flood? Maybe? Woo! Where were the deaders? Where were the Dobbs? Where were the we don't have this? Top deck with 16 cards left in the library. I'd say it's just due time. I'm gonna go for it now. If they have Flame Spill, I can't believe they wouldn't have used it. I didn't want them, like, I went for it. I didn't think it all the way through. We could talk about that for a second. Should we have were we supposed to hold it there? Rob says hold it there, make them act first. My worry was something, I guess you can interact with everything. I was just worried about letting them draw into life gain cycling or something like that. You know, I don't know. Yeah, Sitruk, you did miss something. If Oppo had attempted to throw Winota at our face at 1 life, we could have sacrificed our 3 toughness creature and gained 3. King Dorch is just a cruel dictator. I don't want to live in your kingdom, King Dorch, but I'm just trying to figure out if we changed our win percentage by going for that there, how does our win percentage, our long-term EV change by playing that out versus holding it? I'm not sure. Yeah, like, but even the life gain from that goes on the stack, right? Can you respond to the gaining of 1 life on land play? But the thing is, I can't come up with, is there a life gain risk that we couldn't respond to by flaring their face? So, it may have been the exact same, I don't know. I don't have a good heuristic there, that's why I'm talking about it. it turned out to be kind of a minor point or whatever, but I don't know if I think I was playing scared of something I couldn't even identify or whatever, you know, like. But often that's where I do turn to, as Luis says on LR a lot, you know, you turn to your gut as a longtime player and listen to your gut when you don't quite have a line on the action. No 2-drop here. Would love to find one of our 5 stingers for turn 2. Then we go stinger into commando into Farfinder. But even if we end up making our first play a Farfinder on 3 with the Zenith Flare, I'm going to hold. I do not respect this card. Maybe I need to respect it more, but it seems like just an aura that you play ahead of your mutate. And I've never run this card, and I've never run this card either. A lot of stuff here that I would not think to run, but maybe Oppo is going to teach us something. Because it uses up a whole card, Craig. So right now, in this case, Oppo has gotten a card out of their Whisperer, but in the abstract, if we kill this Whisperer, they're down an egg. They're down a full card, and that's where I don't like it. We're in another spot where we're going to try and get Death Touch onto something we can double block the Whisperer with. Or we can just get enough land to slide the thing. What do we cut here? Claws, I guess? Yeah. Claws is the worst card in our hand. And it still fulfills its buffing of the Zenith Flare. Yeah, it's not a useless card. It doesn't do nothing, but it simply isn't worth a full card. The risks are too high. It can totally get there. It can totally be the reason why your mutate creature is good enough to be attacking. Here's those sweet Godzilla lands everybody wants. If those end up in the store, we'll get them, I promise. It would certainly make it better, but it doesn't make it worth a card. You're into the Ornithopter territory then, right? I mean, but it's a good comparison. Oh, for sure. James says, egg isn't good, but if I had to choose between egg and turtle for a 1-drop mutate target, I'm choosing egg every time. And that's because, of course, the power and toughness of your target tends to go away. Usually you stick with the power and toughness of your... of the thing you're mutating, right? So now we have awkward because I can't attack with the Farfinder to get the commando going for value because of the lack. But I think we just play Poacher. Next turn, play Mountain, and we just rock slide this thing. Unless if it gets mutated again, we got some work to do. Then we have to fall back kind of on the Godzilla plan. But we'll just play Poacher and try and get that Whisperer in a turn. Craig, it's doing work now, but we're about to punish it. Like, as soon as we kill this thing, we have stolen a card from Oppo. We gotta start turning it around here, or our life total is gonna get dangerously low. But now, the plan is in effect, I'm just going to rock slide the Whisperer as a simple way out of this, especially with this gone. Although they get to take this menace counter and put it on one of these, but right now that doesn't matter. We can, well, I guess it gives this Serval a clean attack, but that's fine. No menace counter? Oh, it's just a one. Oh, right. Sorry, I thought that was a menace counter. +1/+1 is actually better because we can just block everything with the poacher. Thanks, gang. Sorry. So many counters in this format. We will stay back on D, though, at 8 life. But the value they got... the value they got was on the Whisperer, not the egg. And they took all the value they got from the Whisperer and gave it up for the egg. And I kind of like eating the Farfinder for lunch here, now that the menace is gone. We can attack with it? What do you mean we can attack with it? To what end? Oh, to, like, Space Godzillaing? I'm fine to get the card. We'll get more, you know, throwaway tokens to work with that stuff and everything. I like this line. We get Marmoset down now. Next turn we can Tactician and Cycle. We'll still get all that, though. I loved having that extra card. And it got us deeper, you know. Again, I like our line quite a bit. Here we can go Tactician and Stinger. I think we go Tactician, Stinger, and just try to untap with a bunch of... yeah, we can attack first, though. Yeah, sorry, I should figure out my whole turn and then decide the attack. But I like... if we want to go cast, and set up for next turn, I like that with the extra cycling in hand. So I'm gonna send Marm, see what they want to do. Wow, okay. I didn't think they were gonna block at 20 life, but if they're gonna block at 20, well, then of course we're gonna do this. And with the mountain, I like play mountain, play tactician here. Mike, like the stinger? Now, let's see. We could cycle. Let's see. We have 2 cycling, but one of them we kind of want to cast. I'm with you, Mike. I generally like to tactician activate, but I was trying to max our mana there, was my idea. 1/3, they can block is effectively a 2/4, and we have nothing but high toughness, so we can just send in here. Do we need to leave anything back? No, I'm just going to send. Mike wants to leave Poacher back. I'm going for max damage here, given that they're out of cards. Do we want to cycle for extra damage? No, I think we just want to cast Stinger and Commando and hold the blood. Flare doesn't cycle. What do you mean cycle Flare? I don't understand that. But we'll play Stinger and hold the 1 mana cycler. Oh, cycle 1 then Flare. Gotcha. It describes an appealing dream. Cards like the Ozolith are why I coined the term best case scenario mentality. Because people evaluate cards in general with the best potential of that card in mind. And they imagine themselves playing that card and experiencing that ceiling of the card and it being awesome, right? Now we're gonna just try and tap the crap out of that. But let's see what they get first. Surprised they went there instead of the Mamba. I would have gone with the Mamba so that they take out, like, the Stinger. Good top deck from Oppo, but, you know, that's why they put it in the deck. Land is definitely what we wanted to see. We're going to tap this thing down now. Gonna have to cycle this Stinger, I think, to keep the Star X at bay, but we'll send everything else and then drop a Commando. Do we want Poacher for... Yeah, I'm going to continue to not use Poacher on D. We're going to continue to be aggro here. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4... maybe... Yeah. Oh, well. I should have looked for lethal and I didn't. And Rob and Aleatory found wins. I'm taking it too slow. I didn't do the math. We're in an excellent spot though. And I'll play the Swamp to have Flare in case, but... Cycle into cycling? Yeah, I'm not going to take that risk, though. There's no need to. Just because there was a chance to not have it go that way, it wasn't what we were supposed to do. This is fine. Pretty good. Not enough, though. Played with our food 1 turn too long, but got there. Yeah, 5 Stingers here. Looks good. Stinger, Farfinder, Stinger. Oppo, hello. What's up, Pluto? There we go. Sneep. We could go Stinger into Stinger cycle Go for Blood instead, if we want to just get our stinging on. No need for the white mana yet. Oops, almost played a swamp for an early disaster. Well, something for the fumes to get if we decide to cast it instead of cycle it. I think I like the... what do we want to do here? We can do Stinger, hold up, Go for Blood, cycle. I think I just want Farfinder, though. Maybe I'm just clinging to mana usage. That's a fair perspective, Chicken, but I like what those other cards do a lot better, and they all do something without being mutated upon. Glimmerbell can do some stuff without being mutated upon, but the egg is just useless without mutate. But maybe I should give it a try in mutate decks that have a lot of mutate that make up for their mutation the moment they do it. What's killed me with that stuff though is like, and maybe it's just a problem with the mutate deck in general, but the mutate targets as late game top decks are so miserable unless they're at least doing something like this. Is why I just like Farfinders and things that are a little better on their own than this is. This is an interesting offer. We have Suffocating Fumes, but I'm not actually that interested in casting it to kill a Farfinder. I really do want to cycle this, given the Stingers in hand. So I'm going to offer this for, and we're not mutating, right? Pajaman wants to take it, but they might be mutating and we're not. So I'm gonna block. Oh, take it. Yeah, it's hard to... Take it to me means take the damage, of course, but I see what you're saying. How about Poacher here? And then next turn we actually have Stinger, Plains, cycle, Go for Blood, start lightning bolting and drawing a card. I thought about swinging. I didn't mention it, Mike. I deliberately opted not to because I think Stinger's the type of thing that an opponent would trade a Wolverine for, and I didn't want to do that. You all were happy to trade Stinger for Wolverine, or you're happy to trade Suffocating Fumes for Wolverine? Because we could have done that. You think they'd likely take it? Huh. I just put myself in Oppo's shoes and I would snap trade for a Stinger, so I didn't attack. Yeah. Well, now I like Marmoset, Stinger, hold. Ouch. How about ours? That'd be a funny top deck. I guess we gotta still cast a stinger. And now what can we do about this Wolverine? We can reduce it. We can just fight it. We get 2 for 1 ourselves to fight the Wolverine. That's painful. But so is dying. Yeah, we can absolutely fight and have it win. It just costs us... It's just a 2 for 1, which we hate doing, of course. Alright. I didn't want to offer the trade until they took over on the board. Then, of course, trading looks much better. I'm going to play the mountain, looking for a fume cycle possibly here. Oh, I know it's worse, Mike. I'm just lamenting. And we could... I'm still not casting the fumes to deny them a draw. So I'm going to cycle now. We can play the commando for no value. Do you want to hold the stinger or play it for future cycling? Mike wants to swing. They don't think Oppo is going to block. It is probably a pretty good bluff. Well, maybe with all this time I'm taking, I would. But we'll try it. I think this bluff here is a lot better if I execute it quickly. But, yep, they're not going to risk it. And it's really tough to race a bushmeat poacher with cycling damage. But I think I'm going to hard cast the stinger. I don't have a great read on whether that was correct or not. But I feel like cycling for stinger damage is going to be part of our out here. So I'm going to chase it. Find some removal for the poacher and then just get in. Man, the blowouts. The beatings will continue until morale improves. Well, I'm going to attack with this one. See if they're willing to put the poacher on a block, risking the Deadeye. You like swing commando, but I was afraid they would double block. This is getting out of hand, though. We need to, like, how do we turn the corner and get back on this from here? Like, our deck isn't really well positioned to pivot from this spot into a win, especially not if we draw lands. We just need multiple things, though. I think what we need first and foremost is, well, removal. I think I'll go for some control bluffing here. Yeah, Fire Prophecy pitching planes to draw a rock slide seems like the dream. Sure, Oppo. All the action for Oppo. Where's our action? Really, this is not about imbalance in finding action, though. It's that Oppo has 2-for-1'd us a couple times, and that's showing itself now. There's a reason we prize 2-for-1s, and it's because they just shift the attrition so far in your favor that it becomes hard to lose. Boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I'll keep at it because we could conceivably, like... We're severely mostly dead, but I'm clinging to some hope here.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Oh yeah, I've clicked everything around here. We click, 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 click. Click, 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 click. Well, if Oppo wants to disconnect, I'll take it. That does not seem like disconnection. What's the thought there, Oppo? Maybe just trying to decide whether to even try to get the pre-combat play in to... Yeah, I don't know. Well, that's interesting. Draw. 8-8 Death Touch. Trouble is it can be tapped, so... Probably better off cycling this. And we'll do that and try to get a Crasher dead. But this just got worse for us. I don't know. Should probably just scoop and move on. For entertainment value, I mean, there is not a 0% chance that we win this game, but it's so low that playing to stream fun might be better, but we'll try. We'll see what we can do here. A little stunned that they're not sending the Crasher in this spot. But we'll go for one of these. And we can give them a 3-3 or a 4-4, depending on whether we give up a human soldier. I guess we'd block, because then we will go ahead and kill the other one with this. Trouble is they get the, you know, we don't get this dead, but whatever, we gotta do this. There's a lot wrong with this plan, so to speak, but it's the best we've got. And yeah, we do have removal outs. Like, maybe that helps here. Get rid of these checkpoint officers. Flare. All right. Clinging. We're clinging, folks. We're clinging. Hard to know that we were going to be able to get rid of both checkpoint officers. Yeah, and then I think they'd probably just kill us that turn, right? 2 officers and a dino. And then kill the Crasher. Why? Why would you do it that way? That's kind of like my number one thing. I would really like them to fix this damage suggestion logic. It's really weird. It ends up making it take a lot of extra clicks and a lot of futzing, you know, to... Why do we care about poaching versus not? I mean, we sure expected them to. What, yeah, we should flare while they're... Yeah, flare now is a good call. Just so that they don't get the big... You were just happy that they didn't get to poach the 6/6? Yeah, it's fine. I mean... The main thing is this dies. Yeah, life is important. So is drawing something other than lands, but we can't seem to manage that as quickly as we'd like. Although, come on, we got bailed out pretty big time with these two. They're at 14 to our 17 on the deck health. I think their situation is too powerful to expect this to be how the game ends, though. We are going to try to eat the 1/1. We don't have good blocks on the other stuff. Deadeye is also interesting. Maybe they'll kill the commando and go for a win. Or that. That could happen. What if that happens? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Mike. Maybe they kill the commando and go for a win by attacking with all and we Deadeye, but looks like that's not to be. Yeah, I almost scooped this, 12 minutes ago or whatever, but and this is why. It was just very unlikely we were gonna get there here. Not totally dead yet, though. You can still find Rock Slide, right? Or land. Although Rock Slide wouldn't even done it because then they get there. All right, we were not fated to win that one. Yeah, Rock Slide wasn't even an out, though. It's a crazy thing, Hap. Even Slide wasn't there. Wasn't enough. Well, we picked up 3 wins to start, so no surprise that we're facing some nice-looking decks now. And I'm going to take a short, 2-minute break here, get a beverage, eliminate a beverage, and be right back to try and close this out strong. All right? Hang with me. See you shortly. Hey gang, let's get back at it. Thanks for hanging out with me today.
Your friend here is only...
Have some faith, Ryan. You haven't even started. You're not mostly dead yet. I don't know, on a geological scale, I am personally mostly dead, right? King Dorch does seem to have a god complex, so Makes sense for a king. Woof. Triple commando, 0 stingers. How about 1 stinger, 2 commandos, or something like that? That being said, we're going to keep and hope. This is fun. Oh, Oppo is in the tank on a mulligan decision. Sorry, Oppo. Hey, got lucky. Plan in effect now, baby. Okay, that's a little concerning because it may mean that likely Oppo casts something on their turn that we can't send the stinger into. So I don't know if we're going to get these commandos online after all. It would be wildly lucky for us if we untap on a board where we can attack with the stinger. It looks like it's going to be wildly lucky. In this case, I sure am going to offer stinger for Wolverine. And we'll offer commando for whatever they've got in hand. If they cycle into 2 spells, that could be rough because the Wolverine can get instant speed first strike. Well, double strike, but effectively first strike for our purposes. If they send in, we could just take it, figuring that we can then crack back and drop another commando. It's like maybe Teamer Mutate, kind of a weird collection of stuff going on over here. Well, I said I am afraid of the 2 cycle. We could just take this. I mean, I don't mind trading a commando for a spell in their hand. I do mind trading a commando for 2 cycles. That's the thing that scares me. Now, there's no either. Chumping doesn't, like, I don't see why we would chump. It's worth the 3 to what? To block or not block? Let's say no blocks this time. Although it might be even worth it to make them, like, yeah, to prevent something like this. Or we can just be stupid and get their Wolverine and their Ceratops right here. I don't love the leaving the Naturalist, but at this point, I'm going to let them have their mana, and we'll focus on 2 for 1 on the creatures. So our card advantage is pretty overwhelming now. Let's see if we can turn it into a win, especially if we can start eating tokens with the Poacher. Big game from Oppo. We just faced that card. But we will have enough here to... Well, first we can send in the 1/1 and see if they want to block. Put them to this test. I don't see how you can. It's just, they know we're probably doing what we're doing, but you just can't throw a Crasher in front of that in a set with the Deadeye. So I'm gonna Commando here and then Stinger here so that we can continue to threaten that Crasher even through removal. And it would suck to give up 2 Stingers or whatever, but I'm absolutely, like, throwing everything we've got on this Crasher. And does that include this? Let's see. In this case, if nothing changes and I'm Oppo, I'm killing 2 Stingers. And so really offering this just gives them a 3rd thing to kill. So I'm going to say no on adding this to the block. It just feels like, yeah, I'm ignoring things beyond 1 piece of removal. If they have first strike, we're doomed. If they have multiple pieces of removal, we're doomed. So I'm going to block like this. Yep, play around +3/+3. That's fair. True has an interesting point. And the +1/+3. All right. It's just a token, and we really need this dead, so we will add it to the pile in recognition of True and Funky observing that +3 to toughness is beaten by adding the token. And adding a couple more cards to our list of things that we beat is good. And in specifically, the +3/+3 grants trample tokens, which is something you're more likely to play when you've got the Crasher, so. Yeah, so we did give them, looks like we're giving them the extra 1, but who knows, maybe our thing worked, and they're just doing this because +3/+3 doesn't get the job done. Well, there's not next to no risk, True. I mean, we are giving them we gave them a free dead 1/1. If they don't have the +3/+3, this was a needless offering, right? That's not nothing. But it is the safest play, so I'm down with it. It's just not nothing. So they can play that. But we're just going to drop Poacher and remember that they have it. Yeah, how many Stingers do we have left? Yeah, we almost half of our Stingers are gone now. Jeez. Yeah, I'm fine to race. You bring it, buddy. No blockage. Take an 8. So, well, let's attack first. And I'm gonna drop Commando, and then we have the possibility of double block plus Fumes to even take out the Moloch. But it might not even be necessary if we want to. I mean, we're doing okay in the race here. Let's see if they even attack. I think them attacking with a Moloch is great for us. The only question becomes, do you take it Or do you preserve life total with some kind of chump? We can make it a 3-3 at instant speed, but that still gets to eat a commando if we crack back the other way. That's why I'm happy if Oppo wants to send in. I think at that point I do double block and try to kill it. But if they don't attack, I'm going to cycle at end of turn, looking for action to help clear us through. Ugh, come on. All right. All right. Getting wide, getting wide. Let's see, if we swing in, they eat, and take 5 and go to 5, which is not bad, but not good enough. Just throwing in some control bluffs here. Keep them guessing, hopefully. Then it's pauses like this, right? If we didn't have anything in our hand, if this was just a land and we hadn't do full control, this would snap into play. I just throw these in sometimes to try and keep Oppos guessing. Ugh. So now, how far do you take it? Sure, I'll keep throwing in a control bluff here. You just do it this way, too. No, we don't have a reunion. I could play a land. I'm just trying to represent this stuff in hand, you know? Keep them worried. And now we got this Deadeye. With the Deadeye, now we got to send in, right? We could wait, though. What does it get us? We trade off a bunch of stuff, and then we get rid of their... we get rid of the Moloch, right? And then they have a Wolverine left. The Wolverine could be trouble. They could also make this double strike at instant speed. So I'm going to drop a land and hold. Now I don't need to represent having something because we have something. And we could drop a Deadeye to help go wide here, but I don't like that either, I don't think. Although we could. Yeah, we have a flare in the wings, right? We should just keep going here. I like casting this, though. We're at 20 cards, halfway through the deck. I'm going to cast here. Cycling count is too low. I didn't even bother because it's like not lethal or anything, so. Still inclined to use the Deadeye as removal, but with nothing to do, we're going to cycle this now. Start reducing them to 0 via Sting. Marm is nice. We get to drop that. And continue to set up our go wide for an eventual alpha, we hope. Could be in a spot where we drop the Deadeye because we feel wide enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 creatures to their 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. 5 get through no matter what. The smallest is 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, so we're representing 7. Suspect. I think we go Chump Chump and then Deadeye one of them. We could just go Marmoset on Wolverine and offer that trade. Yeah, we could put Marmoset in front of the Moloch and kill it that way. I'm worried about, let's see, can they punish us with attacking, blocking stuff? I guess that'll just work, right? And then we can make them have something for the Wolverine, but in this case I'm just going to chump the Wolverine. If they had white, I would be worried because they could kill the Marmoset with like an arrow, but they don't. I don't think they have any attacker blocker hate here. Yeah, counter would hurt here, but it doesn't seem like they have a deck that's built around countering stuff. It feels like the blue is for mutate, but you never know. People will splash whatever they want to splash. Now, do we attack everything? I think we do, right? They have 2 blocks for our biggest, this, and then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Technically, it's lethal if they don't have anything, and if they do, they're very low, and we get to drop a Tactician. So we're going to make them have something, and then defend with Tactician if they do. Yeah, Robert, keep banning stuff till Cat Oven is the best deck. That's the thing to do, right? Ugh. It's just oppressive digitally, Jinx. I think that was a big lack of digital design space foresight. Well, Jinx, some people are monsters, and now we can count you among them. Interesting. Well, this suggests they have something, or else they wouldn't let this Marmoset through. Why wouldn't they, like... Yeah, here we go. Dead Marm. And Tactician looking to take one for the team. Well, Farfinder will look to take one for the team before Tactician, but Tactician will if Farfinder dies. Alright, we got there. Likes to watch the cats burn is funny. Almost as funny as your royal we. You gotta join the king from up there and you two can start your own court. Alright, 4 wins is nice. We got to 1,400 gems. Feeling good about today's results now, no matter what. I mean, not great. I think this deck can do better than 4, but always great to make it to 4, right? Looks good. And we get the play. Man, it feels like we don't have the play all match. All event. I think maybe we did in the first game, but I can't remember the last time we had the play since. But selective memory. We all like to be a victim when it's not that painful to be one, so maybe I'm just victimizing myself. Because I deserve everything. Gigantha in the companion slot. This is the easiest companion to companion, I think. Doesn't cost you too much. Gosh, we might be in Stinger Get It Done plan here. All right, finding that land is good, though. Hey, moth. Hey, moth who eats my stuff. This is not your house. I like to leave stuff alone for the most part. But if you're an insect and you come in my house, I'm coming after you. Well, I'm happy to have a territory battle with the moth. The battle's over. I won. Empathy is a terrible turn 3 play for Oppo. Great for us, terrible for them. We didn't get any more land. And we're going to do another commando to max out that whole thing. Land. All right, we got some land. And that thing's got to die anyway, so let's just take it out. This might just end the game. Let's see if we can make a primal empathy on 3 do 0 in a game. Gigantha certainly isn't enough. That's just GG. Raking Claws, frankly, is probably GG here. Yeah. All right. You know what this means? Legit, pure... profit. All right. 5 wins. Now I got no complaints. If we 0-2 out of this event, whatever. We got our profit. We got a nice 5 wins. Having some fun today. Had a tough draft. Got a little testy. I've been a little testy. I think the world is making me testy these days. Thank you all for both putting up with my occasional testiness of late and helping me mitigate it. Appreciate that. Oppo on the play, and this is not great. We do have cycling on 2, and Mythos, if we find another red, cleans up the board nicely on 4/5. I am going to keep this somewhat reluctantly. Fire Prophecy is nice, gives us something to do on 2 besides cycling a Fumes if we feel the need, and certainly I want to get rid of one of these swamps. Gone to the arcade, thanks for the host. I don't know who's going to your stream, but I'll take it. Play something juicy for me to hit with this Fire Prophecy. That's what I really want here. A reason. Just give me a reason. They're not giving me a reason, so we're going to cycle the fumes. Although, worth noting that in a weaponized deck, you can expect a lot of stuff that's going to die to the fumes. We have a second one, though, don't we? Or do we cut one? Yeah, we have another suffocating fumes. I'm going to get rid of this one. I would think I would have done it anyway. I was just curious. All right. Well, I'm going to drop a mountain and, again, be ready to prophecy away something. All right, perfect. That could not be better, because, like, I really didn't... Like, the worst case is they play something that's out of prophecy range and we just spend our third turn doing literal 0. Instead, we get an actual, quite a good play here. And here, let's just get Poacher down. They don't have removal for it on board, you know, they might have removal in hand. The point is that, you know, it's safe right now, and it lets us set up to hard cast a Stinger and be ready to eat it if that becomes the plan. Here, now we have an interesting spot because we can play Marmoset and Stinger, but then that leaves Poacher Shield down for a turn. Is that worth it? They didn't do anything. What do you think this is about? I don't trust 5 cards in hand and or 4 cards in hand and 5 mana. I'm gonna drop a Stinger because I want to try to get them to kill this Poacher in response. If yeah, I mean, the thing I want to do Stinger for is that I think that if we cast the Marmoset, they may just decide to turn their removal on it, whereas I think I would like them to go for the Poacher in response to the Stinger, and then we can... I think it's... I've changed my mind. I think you're right. We'll do Marmoset and pass now. And... now we at least have activate Poacher and get some value out of Marmoset if they try and kill it. There you go. Also denies them the swap. Luris is going to allow what? Nothing here can be cast because no permanent spell in the yard is of this quality. Question: is this creatures or planeswalker? Yeah. All right. So, do we spend 4 to take out Luris? Interesting question. I'm not sure of the answer yet. I kind of like, in this case, send Poacher so that Commando produces a token and then hold from there. If they do something to put a permanent in the yard, like that kind of sucks because they get that next, you know, we can't really do anything about it. We get a free one. Right. I am worried about that too, Hat. But I think we give them this turn, and then certainly if they do a bunch of stuff to deploy a bunch of stuff, we do get to Mythos for value the turn after, right? So let's do that. And I'm not going to play the Stinger to offer up a weaponized target. We'll just hold this cycle, but I'm also going to play this land. All right. I'm going to send everything and see if we can't get Luris with the Deadeye, or at least make him throw Luris at the Deadeye. Leaves the Poacher. Maybe I'll leave the Poacher back, because then it looks like I'm just going to accept sacrificing the token if they block it. So leaving the Poacher back suggests this is a ploy to just get a card off of the token. They didn't fall for it. And now we are on... This is not an instant, so we can't just get him with it. Yeah, I'm hoping we don't need to take the Luris out that way. We've got too many other options here. I mean, we would do this first. I'm just trying to decide whether... Yeah, well, let's cast the Stinger. We want the Stinger out, right? It still leaves us everything. We get to Deadeye, we get to Flare, we get to Claws. We just have to... we just can't do the 4-mana things and the Poacher, but this looks good. Yep. Robert's just looking for all the lines. That's what you got to do. Find all the lines so you can reject the ones or prioritize them accordingly. Still worth recognizing. And yeah, here's why I don't love this card, because they had to have the Mardu mana, and by having the Mardu mana, all they get out of it is their choice of targets. But I'm going to assume they're going to poach, so let's get some value out of that right now. Oh wait, wait, let's see. I'm even not reading it. Sorry, I was thinking it was a different thing. We choose it. So let's see. Yeah, we sack the token and then they can't make us keep that, right? That's true. That card it was better there than I was thinking about. I was thinking of it as the other one, the black Mythos that's just a removal spell that gets better on this front. Now let's see him play something else, though, and we can still Mythos them for a lot of damage. I'm not going to cycle Claws. I suppose I could have. We might use it, though. Yeah, maybe I should have cycled Claws. At this point, I'm just going to hold back. They're still not showing anything they can get out of the yard with the Luris, and... Well, we could also attack and then try to Deadeye trade for Luris. I wouldn't mind a 1-for-1 there. I mean, ideally you get a 2-for-1, but... I mean, next turn we can Mythos and Deadeye, so, like, trouble is they... I almost wanted to have more stuff so we could kill it all. So I'm going to say no attacks. Probably just means they stay back and we stay back. All right, another Stinger. Let's drop that one out. They could get into a weaponized loop. That may be a spot where I would Desperation Flare. It's possible I'm just supposed to give it up here and kill this Luris. Yeah, I think it's time to stop being coy and kill Luris and attack. I should have done this before giving him the Stinger, though. Yeah, I'm not playing this well. I will cycle this now, though. Yeah, I changed my mind mid-plan, which is how that ended up that way. If I had come up with the plan I landed on from the beginning, then I wouldn't have lost that stinger. Keep going. Maybe they have a machine they just haven't gotten going yet. Well, we're like mostly stingers in here, so it's not completely surprising. All right, we're gonna rock slide that. And now, well, they're gonna get their weapon value again no matter what. But maybe we commando attack and see if we can't get a freebie here. Not have to use our rock slide. Ooh, if you love seeing mistakes like that, you've come to the right place. And you're going to get one more here, because now I'm going to kill this commando. Ah, I'm not thinking things through. Well, we still get a stinger out. Boy, give me some punts, people. I need to get this game punted. I've screwed up a lot this game. I hope we still win, but I've screwed up a lot, and you should say so. I think we can still win, but I'm not going to let myself off the hook with how badly I've played here. Man, we cannot keep one of these stingers alive. Look at all this. But we're still going to do it again. I'm going to rock slide this panther, and we're going to lose the we're going to lose our stinger again. Boy, if I lose this game, it'll be such justice. I've certainly made enough mistakes here to earn the loss. Well, I'm just going to cycle looking for better action than that. Well, we're powering up our flare, but we're not finding the real means to win. We don't have enough cycling in the deck to just flare them for 17. So we do need to find things to do. This was my problem. Like, what? Tactician, you show up first, and then we tap stuff with all those cyclings. That's how that works. Oh, well. At this point, I just want this Snare Tactician to be a 2-3 with no techs that can attack for 2 every turn for a little bit. King Caesar. Hip, hip, hooray, you're our saving grace. Here's to you and your poker face. Here's to you. Well, I guess we're gonna cycle that to tap. I don't like cycle swing. That just, we're not ahead enough in the race to, I mean, I know we have flare, so racing is kind of good for us, but I'd well, now it's end turn. I like the idea of cycling to tap an attack is to clear the way for an attack. I'm going to try and clear the way defensively first, right? So we, hopefully this clears the way for the attack next turn and keeps 3 damage off of us this turn. But let's see if they have another thing that blocks a tactician. That's what needs to happen for it to work, is that they need to be out of action. Right now they're suggesting they are. I don't necessarily buy it, but at least if they come up with a flash creature here, we can go for blood and tap it in response. So let's start with a tactician attack. That's great. I just want to make little connections. Just trying to get him in range of this flare, right? I don't think we want to do that yet, Zach. I mean, like, would you do it now? What, like, why would you do that now? I think tapping is basically doing what we want here. Yeah. Space Godzilla is my new plan. In this format, yes. In this event, I believe this is our first hard cast of the event. Sliding away here, sliding away. However, we're so close. We gotta just take this. Hope we can drop into... Oh, stop it with the lands deck. We're so close. Now, if they come in with a double attack, do we block? Because right now, they're on lethal with any other creature in their hand. That doesn't seem... Let's see, and they get to go one... They have 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 of it... 6 of it has to be spent throwing stuff at our face. And then... so if they have a 3 mana or less creature in hand... yeah, we do have the Zenith Flare. I guess we take it and we try to win... We save ourselves with the Flare if we need to, right? So we don't block... We can flare in response if we absolutely have to. And if we can just get in for one more hit, we become 1 cycler away from getting the win. Ugh, nope. But they don't have the mana, so they came up short on mana. We have a prayer. Here we go. Cycle, cycle. That's our dream here. Cycle into cycle. Now, we don't have a ton of cycling either, so it's not likely, if I'm honest, but let's see. With the way our deck has been feeding us this game, that seems exactly what we expected. Boy. If we let him untap... Yeah, we don't... The trouble is, like... Yeah, we can't let him have it. So now we have to use this as creature removal. So... Except we gotta go to their face, or they sacrifice the weaponize, and then we don't get the life gain. So we gotta go to their face. Ugh. We gotta go to their face, because they just... counter the life link if I go for a creature. You're lucky, Oppo. All this flood, if it just been one or two more action, they think they're dead. Yeah, they could sack out and kill us. Almost no way. Like, if we let them attack and then try it, they sack in response to kill us. If we let anything hit us, we die. You know, we had to. I think it was the only way. And now I'm just waiting to die. Like, do we have any more reach? Night Squad, Commando, and Stinger. Nah, we're done. Let's scoop it up. I checked our library. We had no outs. Literal zero. I mean, our no deck outs. Our outs are opponent needing, going AFK or whatever. If they sack in what context? If we let them get to their attack, though, they swing first. Breeden, you're assuming that they just go for the win on their main phase. If we let them attack, we have nothing we can do. All right. Well, I said I'd be fine if we O2'd after getting to 5-1. Yeah, there's part one of it. And again, I really earned that loss. I really earned that. I complained about the flood we experienced, but honestly, if I just play better in that game, we win. No, Jinx. You don't get to punt me after the game. You punt me when I make a mistake that happens. Clicking the start button was not a punt, Jinx. And that's not how it works, so don't do that again. Put you in the corner with D. We have a prophecy, nothing to hit with it yet, though. Let's just start on the Stinger. And next turn, probably, if they play anything decent, Fire Prophecy away as Suffocating Fumes, looking for land number 3 if we don't find it naturally. Hard Casting of Fumes looks to be decent here. I'm also okay with Oppo spending their turn doing that. And actually, without the... this is a super annoying. So we can attack and Fire Prophecy to get the quote 2 for 1. But... yeah, it's just not a great play, but we might have to do it anyway because of the need for land. So, okay, we'll do it because we're that desperate for finding our mana. Well, actually, I'm just going to play our Stinger then. I'm going to take a turn off from having the mana, and maybe we draw into it next turn. But if they're not going to block there, I'm fine to just deploy another Stinger. They're reaching too. Seems like they're cycling, looking for help. The dream is they do another, never mind. I was gonna say another Forbidden Friendship, and we find the black to fumes it all. There is the black, but we're not gonna use it to fumes right now. We're gonna use it to commando. Of One Mind, great card for the old Forbidden Friendship. But man, are they still out of mana, or are they just trying to decide which one to play? Maybe they're planning their turn, but there it is. Another planes. That's funny. We got 2 planes in the deck. There they both are. Maybe we fire Prophecy 1 away. Certainly don't need to play it right now. We can send in Commando and a 1/1. Both of these are fine attacks, but I'm not looking to offer the Stinger for the 2 1/1s here. Fumes and Swing is a possibility. I just liked offering that trade and then continuing with the Commando chain. Scatter is a possibility here, but let's make them have it. And if they scatter this, it's not the end anyway. Robert, are you the one? Are you into the red blue? One of our regulars is unabashedly loving the old red blue in this format. If they send the octopus, we just throw the commando in front, so I don't care about that at all. If they kill the commando, we probably just chump with our 1/1. And yes, we're happy to prophecy that thing away for one of these fumes. Although, geez, maybe it doesn't even matter that much. Maybe we want to prophecy the Pyro instead. Kind of like prophecy Pyro. Look for another... yeah, we... swing with Stinger, try for both. What do we do with... What are you suggesting? We swing with the Stinger and then what happens? Oh, we get the fumes? Yeah, that's true. They probably... What if we swing with everything? I bet if we swing with everything, they fall for it all. I'm gonna do that. Oh, yeah. It was a really great swing with everything. It just set up the perfect looking blocks from their perspective that just blow them out. Because that's what I realized is like, wow, I guess if I were Oppo, I might consider block, blowout. So gotta give him that chance. Another 1/1. Another. How about Forbidden? No, Forbidden Friendship actually gets this out of range. I want a. Another 1/1 for more suffocation. Although I'm not going to try and suffocate Dorat into open mana. We have Fire Prophecy in response, so let's start with an attack. Yeah, second Dorat would have been perfect, right? Yeah, that would have been funny. We're going to just go for Marmoset, though, and keep trying to pressure. Convolute. Get something. But they are in serious jeopardy. Yeah, we're going to cycle the Gopher, and this will be at 3 damage. It's a little chilly in Seattle today, and my heater is off, so I'm going to throw on this hoodie. Yeah, not quite lethal Tron, but pretty darn close. What are they getting back for that? Convolute? Convolute doesn't even really get it done, so this is fine too. Oh, they're going for the prophecy. That makes some sense. That's good. Then they're really dead. And by cycling the Gopher Blood, they are at 3, so you're not wrong, Tron. Like, we cycle Sting, and then it is lethal. No life gain in red, blue, and no counter spells for 2 that stop a flare, so I'm just facing it right now. Yeah, and they killed the Cycler. There was all sorts of ways that flare was going to be lethal. Six and 2, heading towards the Promised Land. The Farfinder, we're pretty happy to keep the 2 mountains. We'll get there. Two mountains, 2 stingers. Looks good. Man, we've been on the draw a lot this match, though. I think we're like... let's see, this is our 9th match. I think we've been on the play just 2 or 3 times. Well, if we can find a black, Suffocating Fumes is a removal spell. That's pretty cool. Well, Fire Prophecy is a removal spell. Maybe we're just supposed to use that on the Prophet now before they ramp out? Or do we want to save it? Let's bolt the bird, right? I'm going to bolt the bird, and I'm going to pitch the mountain. I know... Is that crazy to pitch the mountain? Like, we really don't want this... 3rd mountain, but we want a 3rd land. We'll be punished pretty harsh if we pitch this land and never find another one in time for the Farfinder. I'm definitely bolting the bird. The question is, what do we pitch? Poacher is real good. Man, I hate pitching a poacher. We could pitch the Fumes on the theory that we're killing the thing that we were going to get with Fumes. Yeah, I'm with Tron and Jinx. Let's pitch Fumes. Tron, Jinx, and others. Mono red, I guess. Mono red. And, you know... Yeah, I guess... I mean, this is one of our abilities to find planes. I'm gonna drop a Stinger here. I know it's not best mana, but I do want to see if we can find a swamp naturally. And then next turn, if we don't find a swamp, we go mountain, play Farfinder, find a swamp, and then we can still play Stinger. So that's my thinking. And I could cycle here. do this. What? Oh, right. Next turn is... yeah, I can't do 2 lands next turn. Sorry, that does not a sequence make for next turn. The main thing, though, is I like trying to find the natural black source so that we can far find for the white source. Then I did bad math after that. All right, find the white source to get the black source, I guess. And I will attack first. What does that even do? Hide the plains. Sure, yeah, we can hold it. I guess we can still hide the plains, although we have, let's see, we've used our 1 loot. We don't really have any other looting in the deck, right? So we just kind of get that. Sure, let's drop this and send the Farfinder. And now I like Poacher so we can get rid of that Stinger for value. Although if we think this is really valuable, we could, and we don't like this open mana, we could start with a Deadeye. We could wait and just Deadeye for very little value. I think I'm going to pass. I don't like this open mana on cards when we have a flash creature that can do some beats. I'm going to pass and see about just a 4/2 flash, and then they didn't do anything on this turn. That's good for us. Now, what do we think? Play the Poacher? I mean, sorry, play the Deadeye, or let him take the Deadeye? Probably play the Deadeye if they're spending their whole turn on this. And I could, like, cycle the Stinger or whatever, but they might let us keep it. Yeah, they took the Poacher. Now they know about this, so we're going to play that. We're going to play this. Try. Yeah, we don't want to cycle into something. I'd rather let him pick from our known hand rather than cycle into one of our best cards or something. Archie says we need to find ourselves a snare tactician here. Do we cycle to find the tactician or hold the cycling to use the tactician? I guess we cycle. We gotta cycle and find. This I'm gonna hold, and we'll see what we draw and decide from here. All right, so now I want to play the other Stinger and cycle again. Because this is getting, you know, with 2 Stingers now, we can start approaching real trouble for Oppo, especially heading into possible somewhere in here being our Zenith Flare. No need to cycle now, though. We can hold. Now we cycle before the dead Stinger. Go for blood. Oh yeah, let's start with the Well, Raking Claws could be cast on Deadeye to good effect. Is that what we want to do with it? Turn it into a removal spell as opposed to just continuing to try and drain? I'm in for a removal. Let's send it. If they block with the Wolf Bear, it's a 1-for-1. If they block with the Archie, it's a 2-for-1, but it's an important one. We can just accept this trade too. So I think we just accept this trade now. Any objections? Or do we want to keep this alive? So we could cast and kill it, but I think that's not what we want to do here. Yeah, let's let it happen. And I want to cycle Go for Blood here. Oop, we don't even need 2 for that. Let's cycle Go for Blood. Commando's good. Give us some Go Wide to help close this. Well, 20 cards. We're only 50-50 to find it by now, so not like wildly unusual that it's not here. Ticky-tack. All right, Tactician is great. Now we cycle down Archie and probably win this after... Yeah, we have other removal. Yeah, but we're just, you know, going to face... All right, well, that's actually fine. Oh, no, wait, is it still our turn? Yeah, that's too bad. We don't get the tap in. Boo. Oh, it was... Oh, sorry, I saw the glow on mine and thought it was our turn. I thought it was their turn. I got UI punked. It's okay though. If this tricks them into if they attack, it's fine. I thought it was our turn. That's why I didn't cycle. Sorry. But I'm going to cycle now. Of course, punished. You can call it a punt, but it's like... it's an awareness punt. I don't care about that too much, just because I actually looked at the UI and got confused by the UI, so... You know. Funny, we're not quite there yet. But I guess we can go for it. We just need to get 2 through. I mean, it's a flavor of punt, whether or not you want to call it that or not. Yeah, we could swing but then if they have something else, hey, I did not design that turn indicator. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna be patient. All right, that's interesting. That gave us information anyway. Now we really don't even have it with the attack. So, I mean, we can get this to 7? I guess we do. It's probably pretty safe now, huh? Because either they block and kill this, and this... Yeah, I think we just go for it. I'm gonna go for it. Dead Stinger or live Stinger, either way, it gives us the win. Yeah, we'll play around Convolute. All right, little UI punt there, but I feel good about how I closed it out from a strategic standpoint. That feels good. It's been a rough stretch, so 7 winning with something. It's nice. Let's take this prize and rip open some packs, huh? Boy, we're almost almost there. Building this collection, closing in on 4x rares, and we'll get some extra extra gems here. There's an extra 20. Oh, good old GRN, where I don't actually have... we started this account in the middle of GRN, so it's one of the places where we don't have a 4x of rares. Tron has sent me a whisper. I will check this in case it is relevant to my sign-off here. Ooh, well... I'll talk to you in a second, Tron. Let's go here and here. Say goodbye to our friends. Yeah, the trip, five stingers really did the work there, right? 5 stingers and a zenith flare. Looster Boosters, let me say goodbye to YouTube first, then I can talk to you, Booster. Hold on. Thank you so much for hanging out for that one, YouTube friends. Glad we got to a 7 win. Feels like it's been a while, and I'm glad you were here for it. We'll see you next time. Thank you.